Hello, everybody. As you know, I am Mason Goldstein, or as you know, as for me, Airborne Falcon. I wanted to bring something that's been in my mind for a very long time out in the open. This thing, everyone has been bullied once or twice in their life, but if you continue and continue, bullying needs to stop. Like, I have lost for words at this point. I live in Webster, New York, and I was very close friends with this kid named Corey, and he shot himself last week because of he was a victim of bullying, and all I could think of is why? Why would you bully a person? Oh my god, person to the point when they can't even live on the earth anymore. He was 16 years old. I knew him since we were in fifth grade, and it's just hard to think that I'm not going to see him again. I gotta say, I was bullied ever since I moved to New York, fifth grade. I grew up with a poor family, grew up with nothing, just started out from the bottom. Um, my mom was a drug addict. She's recovering, but still, bullying needs to stop. Because what happens is people bully, but they don't know what's going on with their person's life. That lighting is shit. Anyways, they don't know what's going on. Like, I was bullied, and I literally I walked home from school because a school is supposed to be a place that's safe, caring, and all that. And at that point, I was in 10th grade, ninth grade when it happened, and I was a victim of bullying to the point that I almost OD'd on painkillers because I wanted to kill myself. And it needs to stop. People with bullying doesn't they don't know what's going on in their life. They don't know what's going on with them mentally, physically, or anything. They don't know what they go through on a daily basis. People with bullying, as the best I could give for people that are being bullied, is ignore them. I know everyone says it, shit advice, you don't think you can do it, but try it for a day. Ignore them. Because what I've learned from my past mistakes is I don't give a fuck what people say anymore. Because I know they just want to start shit. I've been bullied since I was in fifth grade. And I gradually got older. I says, why the fuck do I care anymore? It's words. Even though people say sticks and stones might break my bones, but words would never hurt me. That's false. Words can hit you like a knife. They could kill you. They could cause any damage what they want. Words are very, very dangerous the way you put them. But as I get older, I think to myself, there's no reason to care because all they're trying to do is you say something bad because it's going to continue the cycle of bullying. And I know I'm not going to let it see, a lot of people are going to see this, but still, bullying needs to end because it is a dangerous thing to deal with. Especially you don't know what the person's doing in real life. Especially if they don't know what's going on, what's happening, or them you don't even know them personally. It needs to stop. And on another note, if you ever want to see a video about bullying, I'm going to have a shout out to one of my old friends since fourth grade. His name is Graveyard Raven. He makes another great case about bullying, and we've been friends since fourth grade, been best of friends, we're almost like brothers. But all I could say is bullying needs to stop because it's getting out of control, and the suicide rate is climbing, and it needs to end. And most of the reasons because of suicide is bullying. And all I could say is just ignore them. I know it's shit advice, and I've repeated this several times in this video. Everyone says it, but it works. Once you get to like in your teens, you're not going to care what people say anymore. I know a lot of people do care, but on another hand, you shouldn't, because that just means they want to get a reaction out of you. They want to get that reaction to see if you repeat it, and they can continue that cycle. It's just, I know it's hard to do. I know it's because I've been there, I've done that. I've dealt with everything in life about bullying, and I just don't care. I don't care what people say about me because I know at the end of the day, I'm going to be happy with my family, supportive, everything. My family's been great I've been through hell and back several times, to say the least. I have had a shit childhood. I've been neglected by my parents. I am previously living with my grandparents, but still, bullying, nothing, no one knows what everyone goes through on a daily basis. They might look calm, collected, and happy at school, but they're nervous, scared, and angry at home. There's no difference. There is actually a very big difference. But if someone's happy, so calm, so everything, you don't know if deep down inside they're screaming. The devil's trying to come out of them, telling them to like, go, go, do something. I don't. It's been a recurring thing for me, a recurring thing for many, and almost the recurring thing for the entire world, honestly. Bullying needs to end, and it needs to end forever. Especially, I don't think, for something that I've been thinking a long time, is that I don't think school districts, no matter where you live, really have a good punishment for it. Because I've been bullied fifth grade. I was bullying. I remember in 10th grade, I had to walk out of school to walk home because I was bullied to the point that I was actually going to hurt somebody, and I walked away from it. It was the hardest thing I could ever do. Hardest thing. Because you know you want to do something bad, but you're just going to be the one that's getting in trouble. They might have yelled at you and called you names and got you drive down to the dirt, but you can rise up out that dirt, build a mountain out of it, and make yourself look like the better man or woman. 2019, my God. And it's just, I know it's shit advice. I've said it 3 times so far, but ignoring is the best policy what you can do your entire life. If you hate someone, you don't like them, they don't like what you say, they don't like what you do, ignore it. Because if they say, my mother, everyone in my family has says just ignore it. Because most of my family has been bullied. No matter if they're 80, 70, it doesn't matter what era you lived in, you have been bullied once or twice before. But if it's recurring, comes year after year after year, and you finally get to the point where you can't take it and can't take it, just think to yourself, what would my family think of this? If you actually pull that trigger, your family will be devastated. The kids that caused the bullying would be devastated. You might not think it now, but they're going to feel like shit because that death is on their hands. And I know you don't want to think about them, you don't want to care about them, but on another hand, your family is the one you should be thinking of most of all. They're the ones that have been supporting you. And I know it's hard to say, and everyone says it's the easy way out, but it's not. It's the hardest decision you could ever make in this entire world is thinking about pulling that trigger or popping the bottle, or whatever you do. And it shouldn't happen. Uh, what else? I really don't have anything else to say. Just like the main key for bullying is ignore it. My family has said this many times, has said this several times in the video, but ignoring is the best policy you can do whatsoever. Because if you ignore your bully, they'll move on to the other person because you're not giving them reaction. And I don't call bullying bullying. I call it like attention seeking. It might seem like they're bullying you, trying to bring you down, 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 but you can rise and you can be the better man and just ignore it. And it gets to the point when they go to somebody else, just give that advice to them because if it helps you, it can help people else. It can help the entire world. If you ever have problems, ignore it. Now, it depends on what you ignore. If someone's actually getting physically abused, you do not ignore that. You do get help. You seek help. But if it's like verbal and you've had enough, go to your principal's office or go to your mom or go to your dad, whoever you live with, whoever can help. If it gets to the point where no one can do anything, call the police. That's the best I could do. I remember I had to call the police at school because I couldn't take it, and I felt like I was a threat to the school because I was losing my mind. I couldn't take it anymore. I had to figure out a way out. So I called the police. They took me home, and then they saw 2 kids on the news that day. It was my bullies, and they were charged or something with like verbal or something like that, or like um online bullying, whatever the cyberbullying. That's it. But honestly, I think it should end at this point because it's getting way out of hand. It's starting to head further and further to that cliff until it's just going to be teetering and teetering. There shouldn't be any issues with this whatsoever anymore. Everyone has their own lives. Everyone has their own life. Everyone has their own difficulties. It does not matter who you think you are, how rich you, how much money you have, whatever people talk about now. But it should not be. Bullying shouldn't be a thing anymore. And it's gotten to the point. Well, I see it around school, and I tell people about it, like this kid's getting bullied. I'm concerned. I'm concerned. They don't do anything. And which brings me back to the teachers and the students, not students, the teachers and the staff of school districts. They should have a more harsh punishment than like, oh, you just go to ISS, which is in school suspension. It's like you sit and do nothing. That's not going to do anything for them. If someone gets bullied and they complain about it, you give them a warning. It says if you keep doing this, it's not going to end well. And then they keep doing it. You take them out of school and you expel them. You don't give them 3, 4, 5. You give them 2 chances. First one saying, I'm telling you what happens. If you do this again, you're going to be expelled from the Webster district and not come back to any other Webster school. The second time they do it, and he complains, the same person or a different person, if it's the same bully, doesn't matter if the same person, it could be he bullied 15 people. And if 2 people say it's the same person, and the one person said it was bullying, give the first warning. Second one, the second warning. And then you take them to the office. You have 2 police officers there. and you take them home. You don't even call a bus. You put a kid in the back of a cop car and take his ass home. That's what I could give. But apparently it's called child abuse with all those soccer mom flower childs now. Nothing against soccer moms, is just a saying, but I think you should have a two warning based system. The first one, you say, okay, you need to knock your shit off. You need to go apologize to him, and if you keep this shit up, you're going to go. No, you're going to be expelled from the Webster School District or any school district, in a matter of fact, and you're not going to be able to go to any school district in this county. That's what should happen. But no, I remember I was bullied in 10th grade. There was a kid named Anthony, and I forgot his last name because I wasn't friends with him. He bullied me, and in my school we have a 7 block system. A block is like 55 minutes, and we have 7 of them. It was a 6 block when I reported it, and Anthony got expelled. He didn't get expelled. He was taken home, like as a detention or OSS, you mean out of school suspension. And I looked at it like it's 6 block. And I can remember the next day I saw him sitting in his chair in our class. I was like, wait, what the fuck happened? They expelled him for 55 minutes. He came back the next day, and I looked at him like I cussed the teachers out. It was the first one I ever got angry at. It's like, what the is that? You don't just bring him back. You just gave him an early release. That's all you did. You think that's gonna stop it? This is the best we can do. It's like, no, it's not the best you can do. It's the worst you can do. I was hot. That I was pissed, and all I could think of myself is that's how they really set an example for the bullying. Is this, oh, you can get reward. You can go home for the hour of school we have left. Like, no, you expel them, and they can't go to any other Webster school district. Well, any school. I keep saying Webster. I live in Webster. That's why. But any school district that happens to, you take them out of any school district in any county, any state, and you take them out. I know a lot of people aren't going to see this, but if you see it, please share it. This needs to end. Bullying needs to end now, because it is killing people. It's literally killing people and driving them down. And all I could think of is, if people drive you down more and more into that dirt, I'm going to keep saying this saying until people get it into their heads. You rise, you build a mountain out of that dirt, you build a hill, whatever, and you rise up until you have defeated them and be the better man, better woman. It's 2019, gender equality, but you could be the better person than what you want to be or what you feel, because you could always rise up. You could even if you're being bullied, you can help other people that are being bullied, especially if you had experience with it. I'm in 11th grade. I've been bullied for almost 6 years. I remember like 4th or 5th grade it started and it never stopped, and I'm still being bullied. But honestly, I look at him and says, fuck you, I don't care what you say. You don't know what's going on with me. And I walk away. And after I say that for the first time I get bullied, I don't talk to them. It's just, you ignore them, they're just going to move on. It's like a freaking cycle. You don't talk to them, you don't say anything, you just look away. You can give them a snide, you can give a really pissed off look, like, you say it again, I'm going to fuck with you, but you don't say it. You give them no look, like death look. Like, if you say it again, you're going to have teeth down your fucking throat, like your molars are down your throat, but you don't say the saying. You give them that look, and inside they know, oh, I shouldn't mess with that kid. And that's what I used to do. I walked up to a kid in the locker room, and I didn't say a word. He was calling me out. I walked up and I stared at him with the meanest look I could make. And he just looked at me, and then he walked away. And I still stand there. I was staring at a locker for like 5 minutes. And I thought to myself, I got him. I finally ended the cycle. And now everyone in my school knows not to fuck with me, because I will lay them out so fast you won't be able to say oops. I told one kid in 10th grade that if you keep talking shit about me, you're going to have to go to the doctor and get your fucking molars removed out of your throat. And they didn't mess with me. So a lot of it's just ignoring, and a lot of it's just like standing up, standing your ground, saying what you feel. And I have the word, men saying that you have to hide your emotions because you're not a man. That's complete bullshit. You have to show your emotion. Men can't be a robot. I know it's a thing that people say, oh, when you're a guy, you don't show your emotion. You're not a girl. Like, there's no thing about emotions that you can't show it, or if you do cry in public, you're a girl. No. Any young men out there that watch this video, show your emotion. Don't listen to what people say about if you cry, you're a woman or something like that. I'm not trying to be sexist. It's sexist that people think that when you cry, you are literally a female. Like, no. Emotion has nothing to do with the sexuality of your being. You could be men or women. You can show your emotion. You can cry. You can cry all you want. And you don't have to worry about it because you're doing human nature. Humans show emotion. I think we're like the only being in the world that has complex emotions like happy, sad, depressed. Like you could be depressed as hell, but get those emotions out. And that's what helped me get my depression away. And I can say I'm not used to crying in public because I was raised by a very aggressive dad saying if you cry, you're not a man. And that's what happens. People grow up saying that if you cry, if you're a man, you're not a man. But that's total bullcrap. You can cry whatever, you can do whatever you want with your emotion. You can show it, you can hide it. You don't have to do anything. So if you watch this, please share it. We need to put an end to bullying. Thank you very much. Have a nice night. See you guys later.